Lisa. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Tammy. Hey, everybody. We've got a bunch of people in here so far.
We do. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Looks like we've got Gear Gryden. Good to see you. Hey, I hope you're doing well over there. I hope the tornadoes weren't in your area.
Oh, yeah.
I know he's further east than me, so I hope you're okay, Gear. Heather, good to see you. Rebecca, Suburban Hillbilly. Hello. Gwen, Broke Cowgirl Homestead. Hello, hello.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
How are you doing today, Lisa?
Doing good. Doing good. And Heather was talking about piggies. And yes, we've seen Grant breed Eleanor at least
Oh,
3 times.
yay.
So we're hoping for Fiona next. But
Oh my goodness, how fun.
super, super stoked. We're just watching her. And today we fertilized last night because, we have not had a lot of moisture. And we're hoping
Mhm,
fertilizer will be our saving grace for some kind of
mhm,
growth.
mhm.
Um, but anyway, we threw that down last night, which is not something we do. We wait till it actually hits
Yeah.
to do it. But all the reports were like snow, 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 measurable snow, and
Yeah.
starting at 6 a.m. and nothing. So
Nothing. Darn it.
now they're saying it's shifted to this afternoon, but they're still saying measurable snow. So
Oh, I
fingers
hope so.
crossed, because I
Yes.
need that stuff to dissolve and be there for
Yeah.
30 days.
I love that idea. So wait, this is fertilizer. I'm taking notes. So this is fertilizer you're putting down ahead of the snow. And what kind of
Yeah,
fertilizer
so it's
is
it's
this?
10 10 10. It's I know a lot of people don't like to do it, but the reality of it is we don't get a lot of moisture
Mm-hmm.
and we are worried about last year and the impact on the ground because of our limitations.
Uh-huh.
So we're just trying to encourage the ground and the weeds to grow.
Mm-hmm. So when you
So
say last year and the impact on the ground, are you talking about what a successful year you had?
no, we're talking about the fact that we had to feed. We only had 1 month of grazing for the pigs.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we ended up doing was the ground gets really abused, for lack of a better
Mm-hmm.
term.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens is it got overgrazed because we had no
Oh, I
choice.
gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
So what we're doing is we ended up only having a month of grazing. We fed
Mm-hmm.
hay the rest of
Mm-hmm.
it. And so now we just threw some fertilizer down
Mm-hmm.
to hope encourage it to grow.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to
Gotcha.
throw seed because if we're not going to even get a lot of snow, it's not going to
Mhm.
work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So being that we had the fertilizer, we threw it down and we're just hoping that
Mm-hmm.
it gets saturated enough to dissolve
Mm-hmm.
because then by June we'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Hey, Butler family, Farm and Ann Philbeck. Oh, Ann, I'm so glad you got that package. Yay. Excited. You're going to love it.
Hey Butler, hey Ann, hey Gwen. Gwen got her stuff planted, so that's cool.
Awesome, Gwen. I did get my tomatoes and pepper seeds started. I had the grandbabies help me. They had fun doing that.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. I did not yet do the jugs because of the weather.
Mm-hmm.
We were getting straight line winds and it was pretty ferocious here. Not as bad as our friends further east, though. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have seen the news about all of the horrific damage done in Missouri. And I mean, not even just Missouri, right? But we did get hit like really bad.
Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi.
Yep. Yep. So I didn't do the jugs because I was thinking they're gonna end up all over the place, like they'll blow around and stuff.
Right. And they will.
Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking I might be safe to do them now. So
Good.
that
Smart decision.
and planting straight into the ground. That's the other thing I'm thinking. Those two things I wanna do. And fertilizer, the nitrogen evaporates out of it unless it's a pellet fertilizer. Interesting. Hey, Troy Sutton.
Yeah, well, that's why we threw it down last night because it was supposed to get moisture.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't need it's really just to encourage the ground. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah,
is pelleted.
yeah.
So that's why I need it to get wet because I can't let the
Mm-hmm.
pigs out there on it.
Yeah.
for 30 days unless after it gets soaked. But
Hmm.
yeah, it was pelleted. Hey Troy, hey Barb.
Hey, Barb.
Oh, yep, yep, yep.
Hmm.
Gear.
Oh, 70s winds, wildfire, tornadoes, rain, cold. Yes, no, 70s cold one. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's how that story went, huh? Jeesh. I hope that that's it for the year. Is it too much to ask? Maybe,
Yeah.
right? Um, so I was thinking when you said fertilizer and throwing it down, you had me thinking, so like when I wonder if there's anything I should do to my garden bed before the next rain.
We always, well, now with your garden bed, you wouldn't have to wait 30 days. Just that's because the pigs are in there. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh, I gotcha.
But because you don't want them to ingest it.
Yeah.
But
No, I'm thinking for the seeds that I can direct sow.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ryan is a fan of just a regular 10-10-10 fertilizer.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, I mean, you guys produce a lot of food over there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
And it works. So I know you were saying some people don't. I have absolutely no opinion on fertilizers whatsoever. I haven't had enough of trial and error to even comment on that with fertilizers.
well,
But
some people are opposed to it. I mean,
you're successful though.
well, I mean, we've done it on both the garden and the pastures, more so the pastures, but I mean,
Mm.
I don't know. I'm not so opposed to it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to try something different because what I don't like, one of my goals this year isn't my goals around gardening are not necessarily just what am I growing or I want to grow tons of food, but I really want to see fuller, more loaded plants individually. That I want to see if I can up my game with the fertilizer action and um and try to get more food out of each individual plant without killing anything because it's
And
it
that's
is a tight line.
definitely possible in your zone, I would think, because I know I always say like if I have a tomato plant here and I have the same
Mhm.
tomato plant planted in Connecticut,
Mhm.
it's going to give off a lot more fruit in Connecticut where we lived
Mhm.
versus here.
Because of the humidity,
Right, because
right?
of the heat, the humidity, the fertile soil. Um,
Mhm.
the dry climate here, it's just not going to
It's
do the
so hard.
same.
Yeah, it is so hard. I don't and you grow so much food and I don't even think I think the people that see the amount of food like you grow a lot of food compared to me. Like, do you know what I mean? And I'm living like you grow people compare your amount of food to the amount of food someone's growing in an area that does have the right heat, the right humidity. They're not even realizing how phenomenal it is given the
Right.
area where you're living. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
always
People don't realize it was a
don't.
5-year journey to get there.
Mm-hmm. Unless you've lived in a very arid climate like that, the high desert kind of climate is what I called northern Arizona, like the high desert. We had the pines and the junipers and yeah. But anyway, research phosphorus and calcium along with nitrogen to see what they do. Some help with more
Mhm.
blooms, some with blossom end drop prevention. Yeah. Yeah. I learned about the blossom end drop with the calcium and the
Mhm.
nitrogen. I also learned that that can help a lot with your greens, but you could also end up with like a super leafy tomato plant that doesn't have any tomatoes.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, I heard about that too.
And
And I'm,
sometimes you need one to have the other to do the uptake, you know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
So, but
yeah.
yeah, and Gwen's been gardening for a long time.
She had. And Gwen, I'm glad that you said that because what you're reminding me is that I need to watch for those things. Like I want to fertilize when I garden as I'm putting my seed in the soil or transplanting whatever. And I want to make sure that I fertilize on some sort of intermittent schedule
Hey, Art.
throughout the year. Hey Ark, good to see you. I'm not quite sure how often I'm going to fertilize though. I don't know if I should just wait for triggers from the plants or just get myself in a schedule, do it like the first of every other month or every month or something.
Well,
That's
I
something
mean,
to fertilize.
it's always good to fertilize to start or fertilize after they start because when they're seedlings, you know, you always got to worry about burning them. You don't want to put it on the plant.
Good point. Good
But
point.
for me, it's just we usually just start by putting
Hmm.
something in the dirt, in the
Yeah.
soil,
Hmm.
and then wetting it down
Hmm.
when we're planting. So
Hmm. Yeah. What's your
I do
favorite
figure
thing?
it helps them transition better.
Hmm. Do you like the bone meal?
I have used it, but it was if it was called for a specific plant.
Hmm.
Like I'm not a guru. I mean,
Yeah.
but you know, I've had plants where I can't remember off the top of my head, but say, oh, turnips, they had these dots in the inside and it
Hmm.
said someone told me I needed boron
Huh.
and I
Interesting.
put boron in. But we also added bone meal because we were shy in something and bone meal was, you know, contributed to what we needed. Good morning,
Yeah.
1,000,000 pumpkins.
I'm going to share Gwen's comment. Triple 13 and calcium with the tomatoes and peppers. I don't have any of that triple 13. I'll have to get that.
Well, triple 13 is just 13, 13, 13, right?
Oh, is that what she means?
Like
Okay.
10, 10, 10.
Alrighty. So if I have a 10, 10, 10, and a 3, 3, 3, I can just combine them and voila.
Yeah, it's just 13, 13, 13.
Okay. Same thing with squash seeds. Okay, I won't be planting corn this year, but I guess corn she only does the triple 13. Okay, good to know.
And 1,000,000 pumpkins uses,
Turns in each hole before I plant.
you know,
Okay. Tums? Oh my goodness,
yeah,
that's a
for
good
calcium
idea.
for tomatoes.
Yeah, good idea.
I have to tell you, I really like oh, what was the name of that stuff? Let me look it up.
Okay, I like the tum.
Kelzyme.
Oh, that's right. I
I
remember you saying that last year.
I really liked Kelzyme and I like that I didn't need to worry about it.
Explain that to me.
You know, like it was a mineral, so I could put that down in my pig pastures to fertilize
Oh,
and
okay.
they could stay on it
Mm-hmm.
because but it's just it's because it's a mineral it's minerals and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And with the calzyme, did you use it in your garden too? You did,
Oh
right?
yeah. Yeah.
Did you use it? And that was am I thinking last year or the year before last? Did you use it last year?
Oh, it was like 2 or 3 years ago and then I ran out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do need to buy more because it really I was very happy with it.
Mm-hmm. 10, 10, 10, 20, 20. The 20 you wouldn't use as much, but it's more expensive. Okay, gotcha.
I had the 10, 10, 10 because we had an auction. We had two
Mhm.
brand new bags. So,
Nice. Awesome. I might try some of that Kelzyme too. I got to look and see what I bought. I bought a bunch of stuff last year when it went on sale.
but the 10, 10, 10 is a lot cheaper than, say,
Hey,
a
Joy, thank you.
hey, Joy. It's a lot cheaper than buying, say, and I'm only using it as an example. So don't attack me for saying Miracle Grow.
Uh huh.
But like, you know, they have pelleted fertilizer and what I'm saying is that small container is a lot of money compared to a bag of 10
Uh-huh.
10 10.
Yeah.
You get a lot more bang for your buck buying
Mm-hmm.
the other fertilizers.
Yeah. Very cool. I'm going to do that. So my assignments for this week that I'm giving myself is I want to get some seeds direct sown and I want to plant in some of the jugs this year. So because I know that we're going to have a freeze and it's going to make a little extra work for me because I'm going to have to transplant,
Right.
but that's okay. I don't know. I like it. I want to start some early to see if I can get some growth out of them. And you get time because there's a lot of room in those, you
Yeah.
know.
Joy, I mean, you guys could get buckets from a bakery or 5 gallon buckets.
Mm-hmm.
use buckets, drill holes in the bottom
Yep.
for drainage, and you can do that. I've done that before.
Yep. And you don't have to kill yourself. Like if you're going
Nope.
to start gardening, pick a plant that if you're traveling, if you're planning on traveling or something, pick a plant that that you're not going to have to worry about so much while you're gone. Have a place to put it in the shade where it's well watered for a couple of days or whatever. Maybe just plant three things or even just one or whatever.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Tablespoon and work it into the dirt in the hole before I plant, and in 3 or 4 weeks I may come back and do it again around the plants. Okay.
Yeah. Like top dress the plants. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Do you do it throughout the whole growing season, like monthly, Gwen? Or do you find that those 2 times is good?
I found that usually the 2 times I do it is enough,
Awesome. Good,
but
because that's easy, right? Like that's
super
easier.
easy.
If you have to do it every month and you miss the mark.
Regular, consistent watering is key. Also,
Awesome, Art.
that's an important one.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have a moisture
Mm-hmm.
meter?
No.
They're very cheap.
Okay.
I did it last year, and my
What's it like,
reasoning was
Lisa? I've never heard of that before.
well, my reasoning was a little different. We bought the moisture meter because if I could get away without watering one day,
Let's see if I can find one.
that was super helpful given our climate. So I would stick it in the ground.
Oh, I see. Oh, dang.
Gwen answered your question.
So you got the kind you. Interesting. Okay, I see these as cheap as.
Very cheap.
They have some that are crazy expensive too, but I see an $11 one. Wait, that's Temu. Never mind.
Yeah, don't do that.
$40. Oops. Clicked on something.
Oh, I didn't get like a digital or anything. Mine is literally like similar to this.
Okay, hold on. Let me see what you got. Okay, that would be better. Yeah, I like that.
And it just sticks in the ground.
Mm-hmm. 2 times usually sufficient. I do 3 or 4 times. All depends on what the plants look like. Soaker hose is going now. I'm so excited for soaker hoses.
But it's just so much easier. So for me, I can walk over to two gardens that maybe don't get as much sun
Mm-hmm.
and just put that down and check it out, and I'm like, "Oh, well, if it says it's really wet and it
Mm-hmm.
looks dry to me on top,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to worry about watering that day, which saves us a
Oh,
lot of effort and money because
yeah.
we're hauling
Right.
water.
Mm-hmm.
So the water lasts longer."
All right. Yeah, I'll get one of those because I have that problem sometimes too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's a lot of people do use them for houseplants, Joy. And
Mm-hmm.
I tend to overwater, but I will say last year when we watered a lot more consistently than we ever did and a lot deeper,
Mm-hmm.
we had better results.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if that's our climate or because, you know,
Mm-hmm. We
but
were,
you're in a situation where you're not as dry, so you wouldn't
mm-hmm.
want to overwater.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
Yeah.
me, I have to water every day for the most part.
Yeah.
But like, say one day we got rain, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking to myself, oh, I don't know how much the water soaked in
Hey,
to the
Rhonda.
ground. Hey, a little bit of everything. But one of the things that I do then is after the slight bit of rain that we got, I was able to walk over, put the moisture meter in, and know if I needed to water
Mm-hmm.
or if it had enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Hmm. I'll have to get one of those. That sounds like a good idea. Another thing we're wanting to do this year is, and we'll see if it happens on all of the beds, because some of the beds it feels like it might be challenging, but we're wanting to trench because that's how you garden in Arizona, in the valley. You
Right.
trench, and meaning that you've for anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, you'll have like your rows that are dug in, and then you've got little heaps in between. And then it's kind of nice because you set the water hose down and it follows the path and it waters everywhere in between all the plants. And it makes the whole watering the garden a lot easier. You're not having to move your hose. The water goes everywhere. So that would be a lot easier because it took a lot of time. Takes
Right,
a lot of
right.
time to water. So we're wanting to do that. I don't know. The other thing about here is we're going to have, weeds. The weeds, right?
Right.
We'll end up with trenches of weeds that could possibly rob all the water from the plants. So I don't know. Maybe we'll
Yep.
see. Do trenches. Yep. And million pumpkins, where are you guys located? I can't remember.
And we do the same. Like if we get to say that we see that the algae growth in the IBC tote is starting to get out of
Mhm.
control because we
Uh-huh.
collected rainwater, maybe, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We will do what I call flood the garden.
Mm-hmm.
Northeast Arizona is where
Yep.
1 million pumpkins are.
Mm-hmm.
So what we'll do is we'll lay down a hose
Mm-hmm.
and I'll keep repositioning it and we'll just let it run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, so they were okay. So we were in Williams. We weren't. You guys were probably right near us somewhere when we were in Arizona. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one thing that has me like on the fence about the trenching everywhere. Is I'm
Hmm.
kind of curious of what kind of weeds am I going to run into
Yeah.
doing it that way.
Yeah, and you get rain around us, so it's really good because you can collect water in the IBC totes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people have said to us, well, why don't you collect rain? And I'm like, we do.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, like, say it rains today, and first of all, we have to worry about the tank freezing
Mm-hmm.
and breaking.
Yeah.
Then it'll be green
Mm-hmm.
before gardening time. And then
Yeah.
we get no rain,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right?
For like ever.
Yeah, I think the last time it rained here was August or September.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, don't flood your plants, Gwen.
Mm-hmm. What are you? Hey, Nancy. Thanks
Hey,
for coming
Nancy.
in. Yeah. So 1 million pumpkins, weeds. Yeah. Um, I didn't have a problem with weeds in Arizona either. Like you typically, I mean, depending on where we were in Williams, I absolutely did not. When we were in the valley, we did have irrigated land, and we would run into a weed scenario there, but nothing like here. It's a huge difference. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like
Lisa,
living in the middle of nowhere.
what are you guys thinking about growing this year? I know we've talked about this before, but have you come to any final conclusions so far?
Not final conclusions, but I will soon. So I have peppers started. I've got pepperoncinis. I've got
Mhm.
orange sweeties, ancho poblano,
Oh, that was a good pick on the ancho poblano.
and I got
I make my red sauce out of ancho poblano. Have you ever made your own red sauce?
no.
So,
I've made enchilada sauce.
yeah, like enchiladas, just straight peppers, where
No.
you use the dry peppers and stuff. I've made it with the anchos before. I really like those. Good pick.
Nice. Um and I and then I've got some yellow banana peppers because I had the seeds, and then there's another one I can't remember, but
Mm-hmm.
they're starting to come up and they're doing better now. Hopefully they start getting their second leaves. They've got their first leaves, most of them, except
Mm-hmm.
for the pepperoncini. They're so slow.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
yellow banana.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fun. So I just did cayennes and jalapenos, and I did pumpkin spice jalapenos. I love the orange jalapenos, but I didn't have any seeds. I did some regular green jalapenos. We'll see how those do.
Did
And
you say pumpkin spice jalapeno?
yes, I did. Where's it?
That's
Where
funny.
they are so good too. Let me see if I have them handy.
That's just the variety. They taste like jalapenos, though, right?
Oh yeah, they taste like jalapenos.
Oh, whew.
They taste really good.
I thought somebody made some pumpkin spice jalapenos, and I was like, oh,
I'm looking to see if I have the seeds in here so I can show
No
you what they
worries.
look like. But I did the bell peppers because the survival seeds. Yeah, here they are.
Oh, that's what I have. Bell peppers. Sorry. Oh, wow.
Pumpkin spice jalapeno.
Interesting.
They grow really well. I really
Good.
like them. So that was it for peppers. I didn't do any pepperoncinis or any like. Oh gosh, one of these days. I love a freaking green chili relleno. I've never made the. I've never grown those kind of green chilies, and I need to.
I've heard of them, Rhonda, but I have not grown them because we squash needs a lot of time, but yeah, they look really cool.
Mm-hmm.
We plan to grow the bush acorn, some bush butternut, and
Mm-hmm.
hoping to get some different stuff this year. And then broccoli, Brussels
Mm-hmm.
sprouts,
Yeah.
cauliflower.
That sounds the AOT green flesh squash sounds familiar, but I can't place it.
It's basically a green squash instead of an orange squash.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to do any squashes this year?
Yeah, we're gonna do butternut and acorn, and I've got a small similar to patty pan, but it's not a patty pan
Mm-hmm.
variety.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna try some different things this year, and then like I said, the cauliflower, um, broccoli, cabbage. The thing with the peppers is that they all require such a long time,
Yeah, they
and we've
do.
only had one good year. I'm gonna try and overwinter some if I can this year because poblanos, I don't hold out a lot of hope to get any
Yeah.
if we struggle to get bell peppers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to try to do more squash. I want more summer squashes.
Yeah,
I
I've got those.
love a yellow squash and a zucchini. I mean, we'll eat
Yeah,
a lot.
those should be easy. I mean,
Hmm.
we those are like a given.
You would
Anaheim chilies.
I have had a year where I did not do well with my squashes, but
Well, wasn't that because of squash bugs?
no, I think it's because I only planted like I planted like two of each and only one of each lived. And I think remember, it didn't do
Oh, yeah,
well.
yeah.
It needed a friend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I tried a couple years ago, Barb, and I got that white fly, and instead of doing something about
Mhm.
it, I said, "I am so done."
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, 1,000,000 pumpkins, we struggle with bell peppers and any other kind of peppers. They just don't have a long enough time. And we've bought starts too. Starts
Mhm.
for bell, starts for
Mhm.
jalapenos have done well. Not
Mhm.
great, but they've done well.
Yeah. Barb, we had my husband and I, we used to have a pest control company when we lived in the valley in Arizona. And I hate pesticides, so that's a we anyway, anyhow. Um, but one of our customers had a bell pepper plant that she would overwinter, and I'm not kidding you, the stalk on that thing was ginormous. And it would have so many bell peppers. It was awesome. Every time we went there, she'd give us some. Was You can overwinter in those places. I don't So I never pulled them up here, but I'm pretty sure they're dead. I don't think they survived the winter here. But
I'm
that was
gonna try it here. Whitefly joy is just a pest on the plant, and what happened was we got cooler, and I'm sure the plants stayed more
Mhm.
moist than they do in the summer. And when I brought them in October, I saw all these white flies on them, and I could have done something to deal with it, but I was done at
Mhm.
that point.
Mhm.
So I took them all out and threw them on the compost. But next, if this year, if I
So
get them, I will definitely
I have a,
over try to overwinter some.
I have a question for you. You said you were thinking about trying to overwinter your peppers.
Yeah,
So mine are sitting out in a garden bed. They're not in a greenhouse or anything like that. I'm tempted. Like, do you think I should leave the stalk and see if it comes back? I never pulled it up.
I've never had it come back.
Were you gonna
Usually,
like
when you
put it in the
overwinter, you bring them
greenhouse?
in.
Oh, okay, yeah, too late for that.
I've never had them come back, and you've had some cold temps.
Super cold.
I mean, heck, even calendula doesn't come back every year here because of our
True.
winters.
True. Yeah. In the valley in Arizona, you don't have to. They just do. It never gets that cold there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just we had some negative 30s, so
Mm-hmm.
Fahrenheit, so everything dies.
Mm-hmm. What about cucumbers or beans? Are you going to do any of those?
I'm done with beans, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Cucumbers, we joked last year because we had so many cucumbers that we couldn't even give them away.
Oh, wow. How nice. That is
Um,
a great problem to have.
I think we had like 80 or 90 pounds of cucumbers last year.
Holy
I probably will
smokes.
grow one or two plants,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah. Barb, our strawberries did come back every year until last year because 2 years ago I put them in the stock tank, which used to be a pool. Somebody was using it as a pool.
Mm-hmm.
And I stupidly left um the drain spout closed. So they froze, the roots, the crowns froze. So I don't have strawberries anymore and I'm not buying them anymore.
Darn it.
Yeah, I was mad because I had a beautiful strawberry bed.
Armenian kooks. Huh.
Yeah, Armenian cukes are pretty cool.
Yeah.
To insulate the pepper plant. Oh, Rhonda was saying try putting a 5-gallon bucket over the peppers to insulate them. You'd
Mm-hmm.
have to put something on the inside of the bucket too,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of people just bring them in every year.
What kind of cucumbers did you grow last year that you did so well?
Oh, quite honestly, it was a mix of whatever I had on hand.
Really? So they just all
Pickling,
look good.
pickling, slicing.
Wow. I did market moors and I
Oh,
wasn't,
nice.
well, yeah, if they grew. If they grew, it would have been great. But they did. I didn't have any luck. I think I probably harvested, but this is kind of back to my situation with my plants growing, but just not producing. And I think maybe I got definitely less than 10 cucumbers total. And I had two cucumber plants that were doing well, but I think I got less than 10 total. And
I
that
probably
doesn't.
had 15 plants.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
So should I be happy with 5 cucumbers per plant? I swear I've grown those before and gotten a lot more cucumbers where they're just,
Yeah.
shooting them out right and left. And I think that was the case in Williams, even in northern Arizona.
Hey, Ginger. Ginger, I think it was beginner's luck because I will say that number one, we bought them from a nursery, like a local greenhouse. Number two, they were in really good soil because it was on a part of the property that had a lot of sun. And the soil was very nutrient rich because it was where they used to feed their animals. So a lot of manure and stuff
Mm-hmm.
was in there. The other Brussels I grew up in our raised bed did not do well. Water, consistent water was a huge one. They also had a shade cover on them,
Mm-hmm.
not so much for the shading process, but more to protect from hail.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my understanding that we found out that the shade cloth also kept moisture in there consistently. But if you look online and you read what the issue is with Brussels, because like they'll open, they don't form hard balls.
Mm-hmm.
There's a nutrient issue. I can't remember what it is, but if you
Oh.
Google um, how to grow really good Brussels sprouts, it'll tell you what nutrients you need to get a nice firm head. And then you got to leave them until after the frost. I had one stalk that wasn't great and we gave it to the chickens. But we had 6 last year. But if they get too much of something or not enough of something, they form these loose little heads. That's
Huh.
what I had in my raised bed.
I'm looking to see if I can see it real quick.
But we bought them from a greenhouse, and we're gonna buy them again.
I love Brussels sprouts.
I do too.
Hmm.
Yeah, mine got some kind of looked like flea beetles, I think, the ones up in the raised bed. Meanwhile, the one in the back did great.
It says Brussels sprouts feed heavily and need extra fertilization to grow well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you could also have loose leaves. Oh, another cause is hot weather conditions.
Mm-hmm.
The ideal weather for Brussels sprouts is the cold weather of spring. So, in other words, you got to plant them early enough
Right.
that they're done before it gets the hottest, before like what, June?
Yeah, I
Hmm.
guess.
And they knew it says that they need constant watering,
Constant.
which leaches nutrients from the soil. So, you have to make sure that you put fertilizer, once every 4 weeks for Brussels sprouts.
I didn't do that.
Hmm. Yep, planted
But
it early.
they were in a good spot, like I said.
Hmm. And it says, got to watch out for aphids, earwigs, leaf miners, maggots, slugs, snails, nematodes, and cutworms.
Oh, I hate earwigs. Damn things.
I'm worried about cutworms. I
Huh.
didn't even know about those suckers till last year. And I know I've seen worms in my front bed where I put my peppers and my pepper plants. And my pepper plants did okay. I feel like they could have done better. But it makes me wonder, was I seeing cutworms?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I heard you can mistake them easily.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. It's a bed that gets a lot of sun, so that's like my pepper bed. And the squash, forget it. I had some cherry tomatoes out there, and they did okay. My cherry tomatoes did okay. I mean, I don't know what cutworms like or don't like, but I'd say they definitely don't like peppers because those did well. Um, Possibly tomatoes, but I don't know. Maybe they like the squash because my squash didn't. I didn't get one. I got a little bitty squash. It was ridiculous.
The other thing I just saw Gwen's comment she'd rather have broccoli than Brussels sprouts. I will say I did plant mine with broccoli.
Hmm.
Um and our we had summer days that were hot, like 85, 90,
Hmm.
but we also get cooler at night.
Yeah. What else am I seeing here? Dang, I'm almost wondering, Ginger, if you shouldn't have started your Brussels sprouts already because of what them saying about them bolting.
Yeah, I know, like they're probably something, Ginger, you would grow like in the fall. I wonder like, when you would start them for fall, but then it gets cooler. You'd probably have better luck with Brussels sprouts that time of year
Yeah. Good to
because it
know,
gets so
though.
hot.
Mm-hmm. Good question.
Loofah land. Oh, yeah.
Oh, how fun to have loofah land. My goodness.
I have loofah because of you.
Because of me?
Yeah,
Oh, well, good. Oh, yeah.
that's the
Oh,
only
you
reason
mean
I
because
have
that's
loofah.
right. I forgot I mailed you some.
Yeah, brassicas are our winter crop down here. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, world's greatest sacred places. It's no worries, Ginger.
Do you grow carrots, Lisa?
I'm done with carrots. I'm done. I they germinate, they do great, and I
Mm-hmm.
get like,
You get this little video.
yeah, it's a waste of my time. I'm done.
Well, you could grow this kind. Hold on, hold on. Look it. They're supposed to be little bitty.
I won't even get that.
Oh, so if they're supposed to be that big, they're going to be like this.
Yeah, like I get toothpicks usually.
Oh no.
We had
I'm
one good year. Hey, big
oh,
family expedition.
So I was looking at all of my little seed packets, and I did the Indiana backyard gardener. Um, she does the seed swap every
Yep.
year. Freaking crazy good seed swap. Oh my gosh. I think I got like 40 packages of seeds, some kind of awesome number. It's just I haven't even counted. There's just so many. Hey, world's greatest sacred places. And anyways, I'm looking at all of my seeds and I'm thinking, what can I put in the ground? Like right in the ground, not even in my jug, but just plant in the ground now. And it's looking like carrots are one thing, and Swiss chard, bok choy, beets, and peas. Yeah, that's what it's looking like for right now. So I might try some of that stuff.
Good.
Carrots are frustrating. So flea beetles attack. Speaking of world's greatest sacred places, what is your experience with carrots? Is it the fact that they struggle with growth?
Um, no, Barb, I stopped growing peas. It's another folks, you could think that I'm crazy or whatever, but I don't want to waste my time. If I've been trying for 5 years
Yeah.
and it's not doing well, it's a waste of my real estate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I just figure that's something I get from the farmers market. So peas
Yeah.
and carrots. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
How do
Yeah.
you cook Swiss chard? Swiss chard, I saute in bacon grease.
Mm. That's my
And I
favorite
kind of
right
like it with some butter and salt and pepper, but
there.
I'm not growing it anymore because it seems to attract bugs.
No, does it? Swiss chard does?
Never had the problem till last year.
Wow. I was looking at my eggplant seeds because I saw Ark Wildman said eggplant earlier. And that's another
Oh,
good one because think about stuff that's expensive too, you know?
yeah.
Eggplant expensive.
Yeah, Rhonda, no wonder why you didn't like it.
Oh,
Look,
she boiled it.
yeah, just throw the leaves in butter or
Yeah.
bacon or balsamic vinegar and something in a pan, saute it,
Mm-hmm.
throw it on a plate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do farmers
Yeah.
grow their in greenhouses to get carrots or peas, or do they bring them in from other states? I've seen people grow carrots, but they could be on the plains, which is I'm in the mountains,
Mm-hmm.
but in all directions you hit the plains and there's a lot different climate there.
Yeah. Curious what kind of cucumbers everybody finds they're most successful with.
Mhm. Yep, and I grow marigolds in all of my gardens.
I was carrots look like SpongeBob.
Yeah,
Y'all's making me not want to grow carrots because that would happen to me. I
throw
want
them
to
in the
try
ground. What does it hurt?
I will. Okay,
And
I
if they
will.
don't work out, yank them out.
Swiss chard and a salad. They're wonderful. Hmm. What kind of bugs did you get, Lisa?
Last year, you name it.
Well, and a couple of minutes behind, but could you do lettuce and herbs such as cilantro, parsley, etc. now? Yeah, let's talk about that. Are you growing any lettuce?
I
Let's
can't
start
grow
with,
anything
let's
now.
start with greens.
Yeah, I can't grow anything now outside.
No, I mean like, is it in your list to do?
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Hmm.
absolutely.
What kind of
I won't
lettuce do
be.
you like to grow?
I like to grow leaf lettuce because I do better, but I do have some romaine.
Hmm.
Um, so I do like that. I grew a bunch of herbs last year. I probably won't grow as many herbs. I am in South Dakota, Western South Dakota.
Hmm.
We're
I'm
waiting on
thinking
snow
about
today, so
so I like to grow arugula. I love arugula, and
I
it's
love
expensive.
arugula.
So I do like to grow that. Um, and I like the cut and come again lettuces. And I'll usually throw down like I've got some seeds for like a mix of them. And last year I put them in, I didn't put them in my main garden bed. I put them in like smaller, pots that are like these long pots so that I can cover them up because I'm always worried about getting bugs on my lettuce.
Right.
And I figured out that when I get my lettuce out of the garden, it's like get it, bring it in, cold water, right, to rinse it off, and then put it in the fridge. Otherwise, it'll get all wilty real quick.
Right.
So
I
that's
wanted to show you this.
I
This
worry about
lettuce,
the romaine because I worry about the bugs. Am I being silly?
I don't know, I never grew it.
Oh, okay.
But here, this is a speckled lettuce.
Uh huh.
I don't know what variety I had.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was from Baker Creek,
Huh.
and it looked just like this.
Hmm.
So good.
Yeah. Really? And it grew well and everything.
Hmm.
Looking through my. So
I
this is.
usually throw my lettuce out in May.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if we think we're past the, what do you call it? The cold temps.
Huh. Yeah.
Like if we're, because we can have our last frost. I mean, last year we had frost June 18th,
Mm-hmm.
which was late for us, and
Mm-hmm.
everything was out and we had to cover it.
Oh man.
So, you know, it's hit or miss. They say it's going to be warmer this year,
Mm-hmm.
but I just wait, because we'll grow lettuce inside with hydroponics. So,
Has anybody grown this before? Corn salad or mash, MACHE, and it's got a thingy over the A. Mash.
no, interesting.
Yeah. Highly nutritious, foraged wild plant of Eurasia. Blah, blah, blah. Delicate culinary nature of mash belies its unparalleled cold hardiness, making it the perfect winter or cool season green and ideal for winter market farmers.
Hmm.
Early, you sow it in early fall or late winter. Okay, missed the boat in that guy.
You didn't miss the boat.
Kinda. I got a
Nah.
lot of choices. That might not be my first choice.
I love leaf lettuce. It's just so easy.
Mm-hmm.
You just
I
keep
like the
cutting it and growing
lettuces.
it.
Yeah, that's what I like. I feel like if I try to grow a head of lettuce, that's not going to happen. And there could be like a bug in there or something.
Yeah, I haven't heard of corn salad either. Oh, no worries, Rebecca, suburban hillbilly. Don't worry about it.
Wash greens in. Yep, that's what I do. I do that too. Yep. Lettuce wilt instantly if you don't rinse and refrigerate it immediately. Yeah, it took me a minute to figure that. Like, man, what's the fun of growing lettuce if it's all going to be wilty? And then I Googled it and figured it out.
I usually cut,
Mm-hmm.
wash, and eat.
Yeah. Always had good luck with Boston pickling and straight eight. Okay. All right. Answers. Oh, dang it, Barb or Rebecca. I hope your hands get to feeling better. Yeah, that was Baker's Creek. Yep, Baker Creek with just romaine and spinach. Yum, Barb. That's awesome.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. What was the other thing they said? They said green herbs. So I'm going to be doing. Obviously, I got my lemon balm patch out there, which I'm going to try to I like to just plop some new seeds in it too, just keep it going. But I'll be
Yeah.
doing oregano. I want to grow some thyme this year.
Hmm.
Because I like thyme not just to cook with. That's like my go-to for colds. I love
Oh,
that.
wow.
A thyme tea. I love if I feel like I'm getting a cold, especially if I have a sore throat too. I love a thyme tea with honey and lemon.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it doesn't taste bad. Um, but then also I do. I know I'm still going to have St. John's wort growing in my garden bed. I need to do the watch this before you plant St. John's wort video. My gosh.
Hey,
Because that St. John's wort, yeah, it's a trooper. Um,
it all adds up.
Oh yeah.
Rhonda said she got cinnamon basil seeds. That
Yeah.
sounds cool.
Are you going to grow any herbs, Lisa?
Not a lot. I did a lot last year. I'm convinced I have enough dill for life.
Okay, they sold me on the Armenian. I found that I had seeds. I've got Armenian cucumber seeds, ginger, and whoever else said that they grow well. I'm trying them. I think it was 1 million pumpkins.
The Swiss chard was hot, like hot radishes. Wow, that's weird. I've never had a Swiss chard that was hot. Huh.
Really?
Interesting.
Huh. That is interesting. Actually, sounds kind of good. I like spicy food.
Yeah, Barb, I have enough dill for pickling for probably a lot of people.
I remember you saying that. Hey, Anne's place.
Hands, please. No
Lisa,
worries, Rebecca. Maybe
what
do
if,
some herbs while you're sitting there if you're interested.
yeah. Um, oh yeah, here's somebody else. Yeah, 1 million pumpkins. All right, I'm doing the Armenian cucumbers this year, and I'm hoping better than the other ones. Y'all help me make that decision. Um, I do need to plant some other herbs, and I'm undecided at this point. In case anybody is new here, or everyone else probably knows that is a common problem with me. I end up being very undecided on stuff. I think I get too many decisions firing at the same time, and then I'm just like, what
Decision fatigue.
um, but I want to plant more herbs this year. I'm even been thinking about like lavender would be awesome. And then
I have
some.
lavender. I will see if it survived the
Oh yeah,
winter.
awesome. Did you put it in the greenhouse for the winter?
No, I bought it and I put it in the ground by my raspberries because they said that was a good idea.
Oh, I like it. Are you going to be planting any other herbs or flowers for pest prevention?
Oh, I always do marigolds and calendula. The marigolds are the trap crop, but also I use them for soap.
Mm-hmm.
And then the calendula for soap too.
Yeah. I
I
found that
will not be growing lemon balm though.
no lemon balm.
I had a killer harvest last year and I had to give it away because I realized I couldn't use it.
Yeah, yeah. Any hypothyroid, y'all don't do the lemon balm. I'd like to try to grow lemongrass. That would be fun too. There's so many things, and I got to make sure I got room for everything. Okay, Gwen's saying she does the Armenian cucumbers too. I'm sold. Maybe that'll be the ticket, and then I got to water them enough. I'm not
Hmm.
gonna anything you're not gonna grow this year, Lisa.
Potatoes,
Mm-hmm,
tomatoes.
mm-hmm. You're not
Um,
growing any tomatoes.
I may do one plant. I haven't started any. I may buy a start. It's
Mhm.
just we're trying to rotate
Strategize, right?
the planting in the gardens.
Makes sense. I don't know that I'm going to try watermelons this year.
Hmm.
I am not a good enough waterer, I guess. Okay. Does that mean 2 minutes?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Anybody got any questions for us?
I'm
Thank you,
just giving
Lisa.
you a heads up because I've been really off my game. Uh, Barb says I struggle growing lavender and
Throwing me
rosemary.
signs.
When I go to the store, I see a rosemary plant. I always take a clipping.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's so funny. Oh, and they turn out, so the Armenians, they turn out fuzzy. Interesting. Okay. Oh,
Lettuce is doing great in our indoor hydroponic system. Oh, absolutely.
awesome, Bob. And welcome in, Bob. I don't think I said that yet. I lost a really old rosemary that was
Oh,
good for.
sorry.
Oh, darn it, Rebecca. Hmm. Mm-hmm. It all adds up. The tighter oracle. No, it's not oh, the hashtag. The 7F goal setting. So that's what we use for our live, and Every now and then we do challenges or and collaborations, but we don't have one going for the live right now. You got anything going on, Lisa, for your
No.
channel? And we're going to have to wrap it up here in a minute, guys. But
Just real quick, big family expedition. We like Purple Cherokee. We like Martino's Roma. Um, they did really, really well. They do really well here, and so we've been really thrilled with them. So we've kept up with them.
I'm doing Romas this year.
Nice.
I'm excited about that. We've done the Blue Indie. I think they're called Blue Indie or something like that.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I've done those. I really liked them. They were a very meaty tomato, great for a salad, great for
Mhm.
salsa, great for like pasta if I wanted to make like a pasta sauce because they're so meaty. Okay, and then I did not like the big rainbow tomatoes, and I did not like the gold medals. The Dr. Wychee's yellow tomatoes were huge and they were good.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah. All right, guys. I guess we better get this wrapped up because we're right at about time.
So
Thank you.
we will be on my channel
Yep.
next week.
Hmm.
So come join us for another 7F goal setting live.
Yeah. See ya on Yogi Hollow Farm next Tuesday. Thank you,
Bye.
everybody. Bye, everyone.